cities.
Starting soon is on.
That's what I wanted. I'm sorry.
Oh.
LOL.
Is it supposed to be on this screen?
Yeah.
Greetings, seedlings. I'm Brandon, co-creator of Guardians of the Seeds and Dungeon Master for the GOTS campaign. Welcome to our second episode. In this modified D&D journey, our adventurers will navigate the world of Arfinium, and their choices will dictate the written histories of the planet for the upcoming modern-day book series. To start this epic tale, it was decided that we would dive into each of the characters' stories by providing the cast with introduction episodes. What that means is for the next 4 weeks, every Saturday will be a new intro, leading into our first episode with a full cast on March 2nd. This week, we introduced Tara Edwards and Autumn Bartley. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Tara.
And I'm Autumn. And we're playing identical twins in this campaign, so we're going to get mixed up a lot.
Oh, wait, I'm Autumn.
I'm Tara. I have been friends with Brandon for about 18 years, and I made all of the music for the Guardians campaign that you'll hear. Worked on a sound library, starting because of her character, actually. And I'm excited to play in the campaign.
I'm just here.
No excitement.
No excitement.
So, as many of our followers already know, Guardians of the Seeds is a lot more than a D&D campaign. In fact, its 18-year history, GOTS campaign is exceptionally young in the lifespan of this project. So it probably doesn't come as a surprise to know that the campaign is nearly 100% homebrew. My co-creator Mariah and I have spent years coordinating the magics of our universe, so when I decided to turn Guardians of the Seeds into a D&D campaign, instead of adjusting GOTS for D&D, I adjusted D&D to fit GOTS. It's nothing crazy, but you will see some custom spells and things that match up with our homebrew classes. So I really hope that you guys like that. Would you guys like to talk a little bit about your characters and the homebrew witch class that you'll be playing?
So we're playing witches, twin elf witches, and part of the discussion of that was for a coven ability, which will come later as a homebrew thing. But in the GOTS universe, witches are basically the top of the hierarchy of magic casters, and that's because they're not limited. They can use any types of magic and
Very
customize
versatile.
any spells, and that's kind of what the coven ability will allow us later to be able to combine spells and things like that. So we're playing different subclasses. Autumn is going to be playing the lunatic.
Yep, the lunatic. Lunar abilities, baby. My character Rune isn't supposed to know that she's a lunatic, so we're keeping that on the down low from her. So that's all I can say right now.
And then I'm playing an empath, which is what it sounds like. I can feel others' emotions, and sometimes that weakens my power, and sometimes it strengthens it.
All right. With all that being said, we don't really have any announcements to go, so let's get this show on the road.
Arfinium, a once great world filled with cities and villages of the magically inclined, now lies in ruins. Mass disappearances led to hysteria among the few survivors. With little to go on, gossip and rumor of a planetary curse spread rapidly. Tragedy, once again reigniting the search for answers. The last clue at solving this centuries-old mystery? Bolt Royal Castle. Follow me, back to a time of ease and tranquility. When Bolt Royal Castle stood as a beacon of hope for the citizens of Arfinium. This is their story.
All right.
Hello.
So we enter in your home. You are in the hallways of the place that you've lived all of your life. And you find yourself walking around. What is it that you're doing?
Probably walking back towards my room. What time of day is it?
Right now, it would be evening. You're looking sundown-ish.
Sundown-ish.
Yeah, so there's still light outside, but we're coming to a close on the day.
Oh, close on the day. Probably walking towards the outside world, to the outside. From my room. Ray was there, living her life, doing her thing.
Okay. As you're making your way through the halls, you hear slightly elevated voices.
Let's go check that out.
Okay.
Run on the way.
As you approach the room, you're aware that this is the room of your parents, and you're overhearing, tidbits starting out, but once you get close enough to the door, you begin to hear the conversation in full.
All right, I will sneakily, press my back up against the wall or doorish area and try to listen in.
Okay, you're at home. No one would be checking to see how things are going. So, what you're listening to is a conversation between your mother and father, and we will start off with Clara. I'm just so worried about her, Atlas. I know you are, darling, but you're doing everything that you can. Am I? Is shielding her really all I can do? She has a power that is a constant strain on her, a power that I'm intimately familiar with, but there's nothing I can do to help her. I want to let her out into the world where she can learn about her abilities, but I'm so afraid of what could happen if I'm not there to protect her. You can't always be there, Clara. I know that, but being held prisoner in your own home is a fate I swore I would never let my children experience. But the twins are so close to the point of codependency. I can't just tell one to go out and live their life and keep the other behind these walls. They wouldn't understand, and they would want an explanation. The twins are happy here together. I'd wager it's not even occurred to them that they aren't able to leave. Rune loves being by your side, and Ray is always so engrossed with her greenhouse. They're happy, Clara. If that's true, then why does Rune sneak out after dark? What of the incident with Ray? Our daughters are not happy, and they get more and more curious every day. Curiosity is not always a bad thing. I watch Rune when she sneaks out. She's just exploring the caves. There's no need to worry about yourself with her, and Ray is always so concerned with everyone else. It's hard for her to check in on her own needs, but Rune is always watching out for her. So no matter how powerful you may be, you cannot do everything, my love. Your family watches out for itself. I'm not suggesting you let go of your mothering tendencies, but maybe you feel less stress if you loosen the reins a little. I know that she will watch out for her sister, but what happens if I'm not there and she's not strong enough to protect her? An answer we cannot possibly predict. But by name alone, the citizens of this city would never think to let any harm befall our family. Maybe you're right. I still think it best that we give it a few more years before we offer them adventures outside of the castle. Maybe we can bring in private tutors? I mean, they've had them before, but surely we can keep them entertained for a while longer. If that's what you think is best, I'll stand by you. And the conversation cuts out. They could be doing anything, most likely Knowing your parents, you're looking at an embrace of comfort. But since you were only listening in, you wouldn't be aware.
Fantastic. I'm gonna walk backwards, back from where I came, and go find Ray.
Okay. As you're walking through, you're clearly heading towards your bedroom where you know Ray to be most likely in her own room, but since you guys have a kind of a Jack and Jill style situation, so that you have a cut through, your room, her room, nearly the same thing. Tara, could you come and join us? So, as you approach the room, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need to check on Ray first of all, and I'm feeling like I need to help progress Ray and Rune's maturement to go outside of the castle. That's what I don't know if you want. Are we doing
Okay.
it for you? Like what I'm feeling?
Probably.
She's calm. She's a little nervous. That's what you're feeling.
Okay.
Probably lightly knock on the door. Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to come with me on an adventure.
Sure. Where are we going?
I was wondering if you wanted to travel with me to do you remember the Guardians' old temple?
Yeah, the Enclave.
Yeah, and I wanted to paint a portrait for Mom for her birthday.
Oh. You can't ask her to portal there then. Well, it's a bit ways, but I think you go.
So I'm gonna start packing stuff, and I'm like, do you know how long it is to get there?
Mr. the DM. Is it like a week's travel or?
So, do a history check for me.
She is starting off so strong. Okay, that was an 11.
Okay. So you know that you have been there before, but the time that you went in the past was, it was through a portal. There was no travel time whatsoever. You also are aware that the Guardian Temple is surrounded by Quagmire's Rest, and you know that to be pretty close to the southern tip of Arfinium. And being that you are at the northern tip, a wagon ride, hopefully not just walking, would take several weeks. You are aware of magics that could get you there sooner. Not necessarily magics that you have access to, but you could potentially find someone who would help you.
Are there stone nexuses near that I would know about?
There is a stone nexus outside of the city, yes. So the castle is on the northern portion of Bolt Royal City. In fact, it's attached to the cliff sides, which, faces the ocean. So if we were to place it, I would say that if the castle is here and you've got the city, your stone nexus would be right here. And you guys have a fairly large city, so you could make it there. This would definitely be a wagon ride of sorts before you could get there in a reasonable amount of time, because if you were to walk, it would probably take 12 hours or so. You've got a large city with a lot of citizens.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure it's at the southern hemisphere. I think that there are nexuses that could help, and we might be able to find someone who's magical that could help, but otherwise it would probably be a couple weeks by carriage.
Alright, so pack for an amount of time. So like a week?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna pack for a week. I'm gonna take a little stabby thing with me.
Okay.
Yeah, you get that. You understand. And
I probably would actually, if I know that we're traveling for a few weeks, I'd probably grab some crystals to take.
Okay.
great.
Alright, well,
Oh, and on the way there, can we stop and buy a canvas because I don't have a blank one?
absolutely.
Okay. So you guys gather all of your items, your belongings and whatnot, and as this appears to be a secret present, you would need to make your way stealthily through the castle.
Alright. Why don't you follow me? I'm gonna go along my little route to where I usually, are the caves open?
Right now,
Yeah.
caves are never open.
So there's no moons in the sky.
Okay. We do have 3 moons right now.
Oh, crazy.
So you're solid there. But as far as open, they're never just open.
Yeah. So I guess we'll head that way and I'll make my way to what I normally go.
Okay. As you're walking through the castle, do me a favor, both of you roll stealth with advantage. Again, you're at home. You wouldn't need to be crazy secretive.
That's crazy.
That was my higher roll. This is on brand. Okay.
I got a 13.
Where's stealth? I haven't played D&D in so long, dear God. I got a 9.
We're doing great.
Okay. As you're making your way through, you... Let's see, give me just one moment. This was not... Dun, 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 dun,
Would I
dun,
have
dun.
been through there in the caverns with you before?
It's your first time, baby. Get ready. It's gonna be crazy. Okay.
Okay. So, sorry, I was pulling up a list of your all's siblings' names because
There's a lot.
Our siblings.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Papa.
All right. So, as you're walking through the halls, you would come across Eileen, your younger
Our
sister.
younger sister.
Hey, Eileen. What you doing?
I was going to see Mom.
Okay. Tell Mom that we love her
Oh, of course. Yeah.
and we love you too.
Oh, I love you guys.
I'm gonna bring her in for a little hug.
Okay. She'll hug back and none the wiser.
Alright. Well, like, bye. Okay.
Okay.
I don't care about her anyway. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So, you make your way outside, and based off the conversation that you heard earlier, you weren't really too concerned about anyone trying to stop you.
I was about to say, they already know.
So, the front of the house faces the city. The back of the house faces more towards the greenhouse as well as the cliff walls, and then the bridge to the larger keep of the castle is going to be to... Are you leaving from the front or the back?
The back.
It's going to be to your right.
Fantastic.
So, Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm taking Ray's hand and being like, I know a secret way that we can sneak off and, have a little more privacy. That's not the word I wanted. We're not dating, guys. The twins are not dating.
A different way in the castle.
Yeah, so like how you said, like, we need to be sneaky so Mom doesn't know, because it's supposed to be a surprise.
Okay.
You said the caves were where? I'm having a hard time
You're
imaging
okay.
in my
You're
little
okay.
brain.
So
little red
we'll
brain.
pretend this
Yes.
is the cave wall.
Yeah,
So here is the greenhouse.
yeah.
The caves would be at the bottom here,
Mm-hmm.
and then the bridge would be over here.
So, back way.
Cave.
Okay. So, I guess I just try to go into the cave.
Okay. As you approach the cave, there's a slight shimmer, almost like a reflection at the wall. You've done this dozens of times, and the entrance just kind of unfolds and pushes to the side until there's a full entrance into the cave with a little bit of growth at that first section, but an opening nonetheless.
This is the cave. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been here frequently. It's something that happens like only on if there's a moon up in the sky.
What is it?
Just kind of like caverns. They're windy a little bit, and there's some cool little gym things around the walls, but that's about it. And there's a water area too.
How did I not know about this?
I don't know. You just usually fall asleep when I go do this.
Makes sense. It's only open when there's moons.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know.
We should study that when we come back.
Yeah, when we come back. We're just gonna walk through the little cavern.
Okay. As you walk in, you don't make it too far in before the entrance closes itself, which would be something that you're used to happening. How do you feel about that? Considering the light from the entrance has now closed and it's starting to get darker.
What time of day is it? Is it night?
The moons,
are up, so.
yeah, the moons would have. The interaction that you guys had would have been an hour or two after sundown before you guys actually left the house.
So I'm probably pretty sleepy, and I'm also like, Rune has this whole life with caverns I didn't know about. I didn't know about these caverns. How did this even happen? I guess I was just asleep. The cave looks cool.
The darker it gets, the more you begin to notice random dots, glowing dots. And as someone with dark vision, you can recognize these dots as crystals.
Should we take crystals with us?
Why?
If we need any magic, if we're gonna be gone for a week or so? Just to help.
Oh, I mean, if you want to, you can take some, I guess. I've never, thought about that.
Are they easily extractable?
Wouldn't be too difficult. If you had anything that would give you any kind of grip, you would be able to pop them open, or pop them out. You also would know that the crystals, while they have magic properties, they themselves are not magic. So if you took them, it would be for the storing of your own magic,
Okay.
not access to new.
Well, we could probably just leave them.
Okay, sounds good. Making our way through the caves, walking fast. Crystals pass. and we're somewhere. Anyway.
Okay. So the further you walk in, the weirder it appears to you. You're used to a general shape, direction that the caves wind. You're aware that they shift. You've experienced that before, but you also, know where the larger cavern is that you've been to before. And you don't seem to be going in that direction. In fact, the caves seem to be intentionally opening in a different area. And you find yourself on sort of a steep slope going towards your right.
I think the caves kind of move in weird directions, kind of leading you places. And you said like a slope. Is it like am I gonna die if I?
No. It's steep in the way that like you are intentionally keeping yourself upright, but nothing. Just you're going down a hill.
Would we recognize from the story of Atlas that this is that cave? Or
You would recognize
similar cave?
similarities, but you also have been to Alice's cave. You would definitely know that this is not that cave because you know that it's under the Guardian Temple.
It tends to wind in directions it wants to take you, I feel like, or maybe the intention. I'm not sure how it works, but it's always kept me safe, so maybe we should go down this way.
Okay.
Just along for the ride.
As you follow along, it takes a while, but eventually there's an opening. And how do you approach that? Seeing that there's this fresh opening that you've not experienced before.
I'm gonna cautiously walk towards the opening. Like, doop, doop, doop. Do I see anything through the opening?
Yeah, you can see through it. On the exterior of the cliff side, you see that this opening is close to the base of the ramp that leads to the main castle. So, essentially, you've been led to exactly where you would have came out from if you had just walked through the castle.
Love the caves. Love them for that for me. Alright, I think it's just through here we can be on our way.
Sounds good. So, I'm following her.
Okay.
Going through this opening.
Let's do another intelligence roll.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're intentionally looking for, I'm sorry.
What's an that one?
I,
My passive observation's a 19.
Anyway,
we're intentionally
that's
looking
crazy.
for
I'm the dumb one.
a way through the city so that you can make your way towards your intended target, which I assume is the Stone Nexus.
Yes.
Okay. With a nat 1, you've been taken everywhere, always. You've not had a lot of your own, directional experiences. So, although you technically are aware of where you're going, you don't know how to get there.
Great, I got 17.
Okay.
Oh.
As an artist, you have made your way through a bit more of Arfinium than Rune has. She spends a lot of her time...
Interesting. You mean Ray has?
Right.
Here we go.
Okay.
Sorry for that intro.
We should probably start a tracker to see how often it happens. So you've made your way through the city a lot more often than Ray. She spends her times in libraries and schools and studying history and architecture and whatnot. You find yourself looking for new experiences. And even though similarly you would have had an escort almost always, you remember a lot more of the places that you've been because you've been more intrigued by a lot of the sites that Bolt Royal City has to offer. So, making your way through, waited for it. Making your way through, you are going through kind of a main street of Bolt Royal City. The main street has lots of places that you're familiar with, shops where you can get ice cream and various wares and whatnot. So,
How's Ray
How-
looking?
yeah.
Excited and confused and nervous. Like,
Yeah.
wow, there's a lot out here. Like, it's been a while since I've been out here.
It's dark
Yeah.
outside. The moons are in the sky, and mostly the streets are empty. There's a person here or there, but you're not seeing a lot of people. The longer you walk down, the more intriguing the storefronts become. You stop seeing ice cream shops and places of entertainment, and you start seeing more, for lack of a better word, witchy shops, where you see ingredients and herbs and things where people can get things to practice their magics. So it's less touristy and more a matter of convenience. In particular, there's a shop with elegant signage. Very pretty, very colorful, very just intriguing to the eye. Artistically pleasing, I'll say. You see the front of it says Phantasmagorium.
Are these shops still open with how late it is?
Most of them are not, but there are a couple that are, including the one that was just described. The there is kind of a bar-ish area called Lyrical by Autos. You have been here at some point, not as a bar. Typically, during the day, it operates, with different purposes. But there's a clear roughness about it in night.
Great.
Can we go to that sparkly, shiny, colorful shop that's open this late at night?
Oh, yeah, sure. We can go wherever you want.
Okay. Also, I feel like we've been there, like when we were really little. I think we went there with ice cream once.
Oh, yeah, the ice cream shop. Aw. I remember that. So I guess we're gonna make our way to the shop. The shop.
The Phantasmagorium.
The Phantasmagorium. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. So, when you open the shop doors, roll perception.
Ooh, oh, great. Love that for you. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. 18.
Okay, wow. No, it's not bad at all. As you're walking into the shop door, almost as you pass the threshold, Rune, you in particular feel kind of a tug in your gut. Not a bad feeling, kind of warm, but powerful.
Tummy cramp.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, no. Let's go in.
Okay.
As you come in, there's a shopkeep who looks over to you and he says, "Welcome! I
Hi.
wasn't expecting to see anyone today.
Why not?
It's late. most people are out by now. I stay open, but it's interesting to have people from Boat Royal through this late at night.
How'd you know we were from Bolt Royal?
The door.
The door.
What do you mean?
The door you came through is the Boat Royal door.
I don't understand.
What are you here for?
What do you have?
Lots. So you look on the walls, and you see that all of the inventory is on one wall in particular. Right now, what you're seeing are ingredients, herbs, crystals, vials, things of that nature. On the walls, there's some hooks from some random apparel, shirts and things. But then he says, "What are you looking for? Potion ingredients?" Snaps his finger, and then the wall changes. Traveling goods, and there's backpacks and pouches and things that you look for. Maybe some, and then weapons appear, and there's swords and bows and things of that nature. Or maybe you're just a bit peckish. And then bread. You're in a bakery now.
Well,
I'm astonished.
I'm interested maybe in seeds for herbs, particularly. And we might need food for our travels and probably something to carry them in, so maybe a backpack. I'd like a cloak. And do you have anything that helps to travel? Far travel.
Far travel. How far?
The southern hemisphere?
The southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
That I sell? Not especially, but we might be able to work something out. And he snaps his fingers again, and the area that you're looking at has several cloaks available. You see a couple of backpacks as a selection. Why don't you get started?
Alright, so I'm going up to the wall and I'm looking for what I'm looking for.
I'm just gonna stand back, take it in. I'm gonna be like, so, what's your name?
Galder.
Galder.
Yeah. Taking a look at him for not the first time, I'm sure, but like now that you're standing back and just taking in the scene. Very regal gentleman, dressed in blue, outlined. He has a lace gold trim, and his hair is also blue. And you can see his elven ears peeking out.
He's an elf. So if you don't expect visitors, why are you open so late?
Oh, well, Bolt Royal is not the only place that I have patrons from.
But then why were you here at this one where you didn't expect to find any customers?
As you are intriguingly looking through things, first you reach for the first item, and when you reach it, your hand passes through. It is an illusion, the items that you're looking at.
Are you selling us tricks?
Oh, not at all, not at all. Have you found something that you like?
I do like this cloak and this pouch. The burnt orange one.
Okay.
And the small brown leather pouch.
Okay. So he snaps his fingers again, and those items disappear in the illusion, and they appear on his little desk. And then, to answer your question, we have shop fronts everywhere, and sometimes, and then at that very moment, the door opens, and the person that walks in the door, as it draws your attention, if it draws your attention, roll perception. Let's see if you're all paying attention.
I'm paying so much attention, that's
better.
insane.
That is a 15.
Great. How about you?
16.
Great. So, when the person walks in the door, it's bright outside. There's light coming through the door. And they go,
How long have we been in here?
just a few minutes.
Why is it bright outside?
Well, that's just a different shop front.
Oh, the door. He said we came in through the Baldur's Gate door.
Royal door.
Anyway, sometimes a girl plays Baldur's Gate, and that's what's happening right now. Bolt Royal door. So yeah, that's.
So does every door, no matter where you are, take you to this location?
Correct.
So that would be really helpful to get to the southern hemisphere.
It is. I could see that. It's a slightly complicated process. So when you walk through the crystals, and then he points over to the door, and you see a crystal at the base of the door, very large, bulky crystal. It attunes to you, and whenever you go to leave, the crystal at the shop that you've walked through is the portal that you exit through. I can make adjustments. I don't typically, but for important young ladies such as yourself, I might be able to make an exception.
Why are we important?
Are you not?
Nope,
Not at all?
not at all.
No
I would
name?
like to telepathy Rune. Why are we not important?
I don't know this guy.
But he could get us there really quick.
He can get us there quick and us not be important.
But what if he'll only help us if we're important?
Then we can find another way. But he seems nice enough. And if he proves himself to be nice enough, then he'll teleport two random girls who are unimportant.
Did you bring gold?
Yeah.
Galder's gonna cast Detect
How much
Thoughts.
I brought? Oh.
So he would have been intrigued by the amount of silence that he was met with, and he would like to
I hate this guy.
see what's going on. I do believe that it is a saving throw. I'm just trying to figure out what the saving throw is. Detect thoughts.
I think it's wisdom. I'm not sure though.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little Einsteins, climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find. Little Einsteins, we're going on a mission. Start the countdown. 5, 4,
It is a
3,
wisdom
2,
saving throw.
1.
That was such good timing.
Well, a nat 20. Wow.
A 17.
I'm so protected.
All right.
Bro, look at this nat 20. Bro, that's insane. I would like to hold. There it is.
Look at this dice.
There it
It's
is.
rolling well.
There it is. Imagine. Wow.
Okay, so protected minds.
I'm so protected, bro.
Are you not Clara's daughters? And he kind of strokes his beard.
I'm looking at Rune nervously because I feel like I should say yes, but she's told me that we need to not seem important.
Clara, that's a interesting name. How do you know Clara?
Most people know Clara.
But personally?
No, never intended to insinuate that I had a personal relationship with Clara, but the guardian of Arfinium, I mean, the name gets around. As do the identities of her family.
What do we do?
I think we should just let him help us.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I might know Clara.
Fair enough. Well, I believe you needed a few more things for your travels.
Yes. If they're going to be shorter, maybe not as many things, but I would like some seeds. Any seeds, really, that
Okay.
you have.
Okay. He snaps again, and you're back to his ingredients of things that you can acquire. What's on display here? Those are the actual plants. These aren't the seeds, but I do grow everything myself. So if you see something you like, just let me know, and I can provide you some seeds.
Even if it's a short travel, maybe we should get something in case we get hurt on the way. You know,
Oh, yeah.
fall, scrape a knee. Should
Absolutely.
maybe get like a healing potion or something of sorts as well,
Yeah.
if you have.
Of course. Of course.
Just need to write down an entire grocery list, actually. Let me just.
I'm like, I'm here for a cloak, a backpack, a seeds. So, I guess maybe a couple potions, and what season is it?
Presently, it's probably spring in the area that you guys are in.
And I guess maybe some sunflower seeds if you have, or lavender, maybe rosemary.
Ray is buying everything.
Interested in plants, I see. Yeah, I absolutely. So he quickly gathers whatever that he's looking for, and seeds, cloak, backpack,
And a few health potions.
healing potions.
And I was asking for something to help travel, but if you have a way.
Question real quick. Is the guy in the shop, what is he, the other person that was with us?
Oh, he's meandering over in a corner, looking at some stuff.
Okay, so we're not taking up this man's time completely.
Oh, I mean, he's helping you guys. He's a shopkeep. You know, his whole thing is selling goods. So,
Heard.
Oh, and maybe food. Maybe we should take a bread or two. In case it does take several weeks.
Okay. And if you have a canvas, I don't know if you have any painting supplies.
Oh, yeah. And snaps again. And then you hear, hey, I was looking at that. Oh, apologies, sir. And then it's kind of a half and half situation. So looking at his thing, there's some canvases, even some paints, some brushes.
I have my paints and brushes with me, but I will snag. Oh my god, I'm killing the table. I'll snag or be like, this one looks about the right size.
Perfect. All right. Can I get anything else for you girls?
Nope,
I think that'll be it.
better be on our way.
Okay. So he starts putting things away, and it's like, I imagine you don't have much in the way of payment as Bolt Royal City citizens.
Rune brought gold.
It's a little bit, not a lot.
Gold.
That's what we have.
Do we have gold? Mr. DM.
There's some gold.
Oh no, I mean, I of course I'll accept payment. I just wasn't expecting you to be able to. I was gonna add you to a tab.
Oh,
But
what tab?
That's fine.
There's tabs?
Not usually. He looks over at the guy. He was like, but I'm daughters of the Guardian. We can work something out.
Oh, here he goes again.
I mean, if you wanted to open up a tab, I'm sure we'll be back. We have to come back through the same door, right? if you have a door in the southern hemisphere. I don't know if that's how we're getting there. I'm assuming. Maybe not. Maybe you just have teleportation magic. I'm not even sure if you're gonna help us actually. A tab or gold, you know, whatever. Anything?
He's just smiling.
I don't know how much gold what the prices are, but I probably only have like maybe 5 to 10 gold with me because I don't know how stuff works.
Yeah. So, none of the items that you will have picked out were worth very much. Seeds, a cloak, a backpack. Most of these are aesthetic. There are no magical properties to any of the things. And as far as a canvas goes, not cheap, but not expensive either. So, I think 3 gold would be fine. And he just slides the money over, intentionally making eye contact with the other patron so that in case he did overhear something, he is aware. Makes a gesture to kind of rub the coins together and make a show of it. And then puts them in his little drawer.
Great. Love that I got my gold back too.
Can I assist you with anything, sir? And the gentleman just kind of waves him off and says, I don't think I want anything here. I'm not finding what I'm looking for exactly. And he's like, oh, well, surely I could, but not in a respectful way at all. Very dismissive. The gentleman just opens up the door and walks back out into the sunlight. Okay.
Where did that door go?
That door is in Heartland.
Which on a map is this much away from Quagmire's Rest.
Quite a ways.
Okay.
So for the new door,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you, and then he pulls out another thing from his drawer, and you see another relatively large crystal. I'm gonna need each of you to place your hands on this crystal and focus your energy into it. And then you place, and he gives you a few moments. Roll wisdom.
I went from a nat 20 to, guess what? A nat 1.
A nat 1.
I have 0 energy.
I got a 10.
Okay. So you
3 altogether.
you're focusing, you know, as it is that you are trying, you know what's going on. Crystals are not weird to either of you. So focusing your own spiritual energy into the crystal is a relatively easy process. You feel it flow through your hand and exit into the crystal, and very simple. When you go, you place your hand on the crystal and you're trying to push your energy into the crystal. There is an initial rejection.
What can I say? I don't got the riz.
Galder just, he feels the difference between what has happened. So he is aware that it did not really work the way that it was supposed to. And
Would I be able to feel, would Rune be like feeling resistant or like hesitant about leaving or not wanting to leave?
Probably a little bit. She's hesitant about this man in general. She's on high alert.
And then he says, well, we'll try again. And this time he just kind of tosses it up to you. Do you want to roll dexterity?
I'm gonna drop this crystal. It's gonna break. But sure, absolutely. It's a 9.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it was an intentional throw. He did make sure that it got to you,
Yeah.
but you do fumble a little bit. And when you get it in both hands, the crystal that you're expecting just to focus energy in suddenly exudes a bright light and then fades. And Galder says, "Huh, I guess we're good." And then he takes the crystal back from you, and he fiddles a little bit, and says, "You should be able to use the other door now."
Okay.
And places some things in the backpack for you.
Did he steal our magic?
Why did it light up?
I don't know.
Did it get rid of all of mine?
I don't know.
It lit up weird for you.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I was taking a peek over at our sound guy. Are you picking up those whispers? Okay, good.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure. Real quick, out of context for this particular episode, but more a mechanical thing. As the twins have telepathy with one another, for our viewers, the way that ability works is they send thoughts to each other, and it will happen throughout the campaign. Eventually, we will get to a point where the twins are not at the table by themselves, of course, starting March 2nd. So we're looking forward to the group episodes. We're not 100% sure how the telepathy is going to continue to work, but right now the whispering is working fine. They will also be touching fingers when they're using telepathy. It could take place in the form of them whispering secrets. It could take place in the form of them taking a couple of notes. It will kind of depend interactionally, and if anyone has any feedback for how they think that it comes off, or any good ideas, we're not stuck to any one thing. We just want to do what works best, and right now this is the process that we're using. So,
Yeah.
You said we could use the other door. Where exactly does that door lead? The other door?
the other door, I have a shop in Quagmire's Rest.
Oh, well that is really convenient and helpful, thank you.
Oh, you said the southern hemisphere. It's not the southern hemisphere. I imagine you would have to cross great oceans for that. But as southern as we get for Arfinium.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you needed for?
Nope. I'm good.
All right, then I guess we're gonna
Try
go
to
out the door.
open the
and
door.
See if we get into
Peek
Quagmire's
in.
Rest.
Be like, hello.
Someone said add a soundbite when they activate the ability.
I can do that.
That's a good. Yeah. This is our music girl. So,
Eric also gave a thumbs up that no one saw except me.
great.
Perception, natural 20.
It's better than last time. So you would be going towards Quagmire's Rest. That is the location of the Guardian Temple, which is where you guys are intentionally trying to head for a painting, it appears.
Yeah.
So, Galder, not really pushing for anything or trying to persuade you to do anything one way or the other. It just nonchalantly is like, peruse, see if there's anything else that you like, anything else you might want. You know where my shop is.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I hope that we get to visit you again.
Oh,
You're kind.
that would be nice. I imagine I will probably see you again.
We should get going.
All right.
I guess we'll step through the door, peek through, see if we're at our location.
When you open, you... As far as, not that Arfinium has time zones in particular, but as far as the time of day, you are coming out into a place that is the same time of day. So it will have been dark, you'll see the moons in the sky. When you look out, you'll see some buildings that do not look like they're in great condition. Things look kind of fallen apart, paint chipping off of most of the signage. Most places look closed down, and not because they're closed, but because they're just closed.
It's rough, buddy.
You guys gonna go through? You exiting? You hanging out?
It's very different than Bolt Royal here.
Yeah. Did you want to do anything on this trip while we're, sistering it up?
Like what?
I don't know, whatever you want. Like, do you want to see places or do anything?
Well, I assumed that we would need to get the painting and get back in time for Mom's birthday. But if there's time to peruse, we could look at shops or things.
Yeah, I think there's time. The painting might take me like a couple days, but...
Okay.
I just feel like if you want to do something, you should be able to do it. Out here. On your own, With me, of course.
I guess I haven't thought much about it. If there's libraries here, they might have different books than the ones at the castle.
Oh, Ray. I'm sure we can find a library.
Oh.
And I guess you said it's nighttime, the shops are closed down. About how far away would we believe the temple is from here? Or would we know? Because we can try to hunker down for the night.
Are you still in the shop?
We are exited the shop.
Okay. So, you don't know.
Great, love that for us.
You know that you specifically would be aware that the Guardian Temple is in the center of Quagmire's Rest, but you don't know what that center looks like. Do you go left? Do you go right? Do you go north? Do you go south?
Surrounded by things right now? Like, can
You're
we
on
see
a-
ocean? Or...
You're on a street, and the street that you're on is cobblestone in nature. There's no sidewalk, and the houses and shops and things like that fallen apart. They're not in great condition. If you have a passive perception that's high, right?
Passive investigation. That's fine.
Okay. So,
My passive is 14 if you're looking for a passive perception.
passive 14
Mhm.
perception?
Yeah.
So you would notice that all of the signs on this street falling apart, hanging by a nail type situations,
Great.
paint peeling off, can't read most of them. And then when you turn back, you see a very similar situation with the shop you've just exited, but his sign is beautiful. Much, much better in comparison to everything else. Not as good as the one that you would have seen in Bolt Royal City, but high quality.
Okay. I guess we can walk until we find like an inn place, like a place that like lets you sleep there.
Do you know? I know the temple's in the center. I don't know what direction we're going. I don't know if is there moss?
Moss on the street. There would be, absolutely. As far as the cobblestones go, if you've got, here's the street, cobblestones, right, and here's your shop. So the moss would be on this side of the cobblestones.
So I think we need to go this way, because moss grows towards civilization.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll follow the moss and hope to find a place to
An inn or an enclave or a person.
Enclave, person. Someone.
Any sign of life?
The further you walk, the higher in quality the shops and the housing begins to get. Nothing significant like what you have just left in Bolt Royal City, but definitely better. Eventually, you start to see that more of the shops are open, and you come across a larger. Wow, unprepared. There's this thing, viewers, that I've done, and the thing that I've done is spent nearly 20 years creating an entire universe that I've co-authored with someone, and that means there are names for almost everything, and they're not just readily available in my head at all times, and that's just not convenient. Here we are, though, looking for some stuff. Let me pull this down. All right. All right.
It's a party.
Don't do it.
It's
All right. So,
a party.
found what I'm looking for. You see a sign for what appears to be an inn. An inn. It's much larger in stature and as compared to the other shops that are around. And there's an upstairs to this one. The front of it doesn't read like an inn. It says Luminous Libations.
I like the alliteration. Is the signage prettier?
You can read it. You can read it. It's not been kept up, but it's legible. Some of the coloring is still there, but mostly it's faded. But it's clear in what it says.
Maybe we can rest here for the night. You look a little peakish.
I'm very tired. I'm very curious, but also very tired.
I guess go through the door, open it, see what's happening.
So as you make your way in, you come across just some general people sitting around. At first, when you open the door, what you see is a bar.
Ooh.
But
How are the people
over towards
dressed?
the
How are the people dressed?
the tans, browns, you know, not terrible clothing, but not ostentatious in any way. Then towards a corner, you see more of like a reception desk, not a bar. And there's no one at it, but it looks like it's like information.
I think if we go there, they will be able to help us.
Alright, let's talk to him, I guess. Going over, walking. Awkwardly.
How many people are in here?
You've got a couple of randoms who are just hanging out. They've got drinks. A couple of them have people at their table and they're talking. Others are alone. There's one person sitting at the bar, and then you have a barkeep.
So a small crowd.
Small crowd.
Is there someone standing at the information desk?
Not presently. Have you approached it?
Is there a bell?
There's not a bell.
Dang. Yeah, we've approached it.
Okay.
Or I've approached it.
So the barkeep says, "Be with you in just a moment." And you have to wait a few minutes, but eventually he makes his way over, and I assume you're looking for lodging?
You would assume correct.
How long?
Just tonight.
Okay.
One
2
room.
rooms?
One room is fine.
Okay. 2 silvers.
I hand him a gold.
Flips it. Is this a tip?
How does money work?
There isn't money in Bolt Royal. Everything is based on trade. So, are you asking for change?
I don't know.
It's 10 silver, 1 gold. 10 silver,
2 nights and a tip.
2 nights. Okay. Sounds good. And he just pulls out a piece of paper and he just stamps it, and then he hands you a key. Upstairs to your left.
Thank you.
And then he walks back over to the bar.
Are the people in the bar lively?
Not especially. You can hear conversation, light conversation. If you want to roll for perception, you can.
I'm mostly wondering about the emotions of a small crowd. And
Okay. When you walked in, would you have avoided, being too close to anyone? It would have been easy if you wanted to. It's just
I think
important.
I would have done a quick scan and tried to get to the desk in the most solo path possible.
Okay. So, as far as what you would be feeling from the people in the room, nothing strong.
Okay.
The emotions are relatively light, but they're mostly sorrowful. Like just a hinge of disappointment. Tinge of disappointment.
You ready?
I might just flash a smile at anyone I could make eye contact with before we go up.
No one would be looking.
That's alright.
Going up to our room. Opening the... I think this is the right one.
Nothing happens.
I tap with the key?
No. There's a tag on the key, though, with the room number.
I think this is the wrong room.
Is it the wrong room?
It's the wrong room. There's a 3 on your key.
Okay.
And you've come to the first door, which isn't numbered in any way, shape, or form, but you do see 6 doors.
Number 3. 1, 2, 3.
Great
Okay.
deduction. Would you like to try?
Yeah.
It opens.
Oh, we did it.
All right. You make your way into the room. It's one bed. You see a chair, a chest of drawers, and you see a little stand with a water basin with water in it already, and that's it. It's a full-size bed.
I guess if you want to go ahead and go to sleep, I can unpack our stuff.
Yeah, probably. That way we can start early in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd be getting in bed. Oh.
I'll stay up for a little bit. Is there a window in our room?
There's a window. It would look out to the back, more alley-ish area of where you were.
I'd be looking out the window and just sketching my surroundings.
Okay. Do another perception roll.
Material girl, that's gonna be a 6.
Okay. Nice. It's foggy. You can't see much.
That's true.
The window that you're looking through, if you're sketching, you're sketching houses, mostly the tops of buildings. You'll see some trees, but you can't see too far. It's fog. It's not just darkness. It does seem to get thicker towards the... Sorry, I'm mapping in my head. The west.
Okay.
So thicker fog in the west, and you were traveling west.
Great. Alright. And then, yeah,
I'm asleep.
after I'm done with my little sketch, I'll go to sleep.
Taking a little nappy nap.
A little nap.
Okay. So, the morning comes, the sun rises,
Okay.
and as you make your way awake and dress yourselves and whatever, do you guys talk about anything? The events leading up to where you are? In silence? What's going on?
I'm probably like, I can't believe you fell asleep. Usually you're up to watch the sunrise together.
Oh, sorry, you didn't. But did you see it?
It's happening now, I think. We can still watch it together. If you're tired, you can go back to sleep after.
Okay. So I guess we'll watch the sunset together. The sunrise together. Crazy. Words are wording sometimes.
It's okay, I've been having that problem a little bit. I think I've said hinge instead of tinge like 3 times.
So while we're is there like a balcony, or would we have to like exit?
It would
or
just be a
a
window. The window that you're looking at is facing north, so you wouldn't see the sun directly from where you are. But it would, sorry, it would be a light glow at the as morning is beginning. The sun is not up; it's just beginning to rise.
Probably say. So what made you want to come here to paint for Mom? Like, how'd you get this idea?
It's just some place we visited when we were younger, and she's the guardian, and it's like the start of the guardian. So.
Do you have any other ideas? I haven't gotten her a gift yet.
You could write her a poem.
Maybe.
You could chess it out. I don't know.
Feels like it would be for me.
Yeah. You can get her an ice cream from the one shop.
I could do that. Maybe if we do find a library, I could find some like histories of the Guardians or something. She would already know that. I'll figure something out.
I guess as we're doing this, we're gonna walk downstairs. I'm gonna put like the blanket around me and Ray, so we can go watch the sunset outside.
Great. Make your way down.
Sunrise outside, not sunset.
Make your way out. When you get out, directly to your right is where the sun would be rising. You would have seen the beginning crest of the sun had already begun before you got here. So, would you like to do or say anything, or would you just like to know what you're seeing?
What are we seeing as the sun is coming up?
People
So,
bustling, are they waking up?
it was quite foggy this morning. The sun rising is bleeding in through all of the fog that was there. So the colors that you're receiving are some purples and pinks through the fog. Not much. It's not especially pretty, not what you're used to anyway, but not terrible considering that you've not had a lot of aesthetically pleasing experiences since you've been here. And the people that are walking by don't look dissimilar to the ones that were in the inn. They tans, browns as far as clothing go. We ever heard of cats? There's only 2, but sometimes it sounds like there's 10. They like to chase. It's a thing that happens. All right, I digress. So you're seeing these people walk towards you.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of people heading into the nicer part of town. That seems to be where most of the people live, and what you're seeing is most likely people heading off to work.
If the sun has already done its thing, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go back in our room and take another little nap.
Okay. I might go down and see if the barkeep happens to know what direction or how far the temple is.
Oh yeah. Just don't. If you leave, just wake me up and I'll come with you.
Okay.
Great.
I would be going down to see the
She
man
goes
who
in.
gave us our lodging.
Awesome. At this point, Autumn,
Ayo.
you mind if we have the table for a little while?
Oh gosh, I'm leaving. No more shorts coming down. Okay.
I love the sounds of her avoiding hearing things. So, you approach the bar where the barkeep was. It's a different person today. It's a woman. And she just looks over and, can I get you a coffee? A tea?
Tea would be nice. Do you have dandelion? It's okay. I'll take whatever you have.
Okay. She goes and in the back, and you see a kettle of sorts. She lights a fire underneath of it, and it'll just be a few minutes.
Okay. Do you happen to know here what direction and maybe how far the temple is?
Yeah. The temple. I'm sorry, it's early. To your right, when you leave, the temple is west of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, is it about a day's travel or?
Oh no. 20 minutes.
Okay. By foot?
Mm-hmm. And if you go down this street, it leads to one of the main gates.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I guess it
Oh, this is about ready. Would you like to steep your own tea?
Yes, please.
And she fiddles. She pours and hands you your things.
Well, thank you very much. What was your name?
Agatha.
Thank you, Agatha.
Of course.
And I guess I drink my tea and don't know what to do because I was gonna go tell Rune where the thing was.
As you walk away, you hear a oh, you dropped something.
Oh, I would turn around to see. Oh.
Oh, no, it looks like you got fire mail.
Wow. Thank you for telling me about this. I will go. And are there are there people here right now?
No, you're the only person in here at the moment.
So I'd take my tea and this letter and I would go sit at a table on my own since she already saw it.
Okay.
It is sealed with an R on it and I don't want to destroy it because it's so pretty. Okay. All right. Would you like me to read it aloud? Or?
You shouldn't need to.
I guess I still will. Right. We have noticed your devotion to intellect through observation of your advancement as a chess master and near constant pursuit of erudition as you peruse the crystalline repository of tomes. Your eagerness and commitment to personal growth, as well as your natural empathic abilities, are traits that we value. If you are interested in joining us, and you are as smart as I believe you to be, the Keepers of Knowledge will see you soon. I'm thinking, who are the Keepers of Knowledge? And there are riddles. I am even. Add a letter and I become odd. So I would be thinking, going through numbers like 1. I could add an N, and it would be none. 1's not even. 2. I guess I should start with even numbers. And I'd be reading and thinking. The next riddle says, I am the beginning of everything, the end of time and space. A start to every end, and the end of every place. What am I? What is more useful when broken? And where does today come before yesterday? Today before yesterday, I immediately thought a dictionary, because T comes before Y. So I'm going to scribble that on my little paper here. And I'm going back up. What is more useful when broken? a seal. If I broke the seal to this letter, maybe. Maybe
Do
a
a-
seal.
An investigation check for me. Not high.
It's a nat. My passive's 19, but I rolled a 3.
Passive 19. We should have gone with passive then. For the what is more useful when it is broken, your hint for that would be as a baker. What is more useful when it's broken?
Baker. Thinking about broken scales, breaking yeast, breaking bread. Going back up here at the beginning of everything, the end of time and space, and I'm thinking an edge, the start to every end, and the end of every place, at the edge of a place, the edge of the end. They all start with E, everything, end, and every place. So maybe it's just the letter E. Which is making me wonder if we're spelling I am even, add a letter. So if you add S to even, it becomes 7. So we have SE, blank dictionary. So I don't know if we're going with D, or if this is southeast something dictionary, like a section of a dictionary. What is more useful when it is broken? I said, as a baker? Is it an egg? Is it egg? Okay. Wait. So, that spells seed. Holy shit. Okay. Meet me where it is from. Oh, that's where we're going. We're going to the Guardian Temple Enclave. Great. I guess I'm gonna meet A, the Keeper of Knowledge, when we get to the Enclave. That was 2 riddles. It was a riddle within a riddle. Love it. I'm going to seal this note back up neatly so I can put it in my backpack.
Before you do that, do another, do a perception roll for me. With advantage, because these are your items.
11.
Okay. Turn the envelope upside down and empty its contents.
Oh my gosh. I got little herbs.
So, as plants and things, there's kind of your niche. It's where you spend your time, where you do a lot of your independent things in your greenhouse. You would be aware that what fell out of the envelope was hyssop.
Hyssop. I wonder if that has relevance. I'll probably find out if hyssop has relevance to where we're going. I'm also assuming that they have been watching me because they know about chess and plants. And a little curious, a little sus, and a little, we gotta go tell Rune we gotta get there faster.
Great. All right. You make your way up to the room where you plan to talk to your sister about what it is that you've experienced thus far, and that's where we're going to end the episode.
All right.
You have Autumn.
Hey, yo.
You have someone in your seat. You can come behind my chair.
Hi, baby.
So, ending the episode there, we have officially introduced the twins. That was Ray and Rune Shadeweaver. You can pick him up, put him in your lap. He would love it.
Come here, little baby.
I mean, he does believe that everything belongs to him, but...
He's not wrong.
Fun story, he jumped out of a window last night and was gone for 45 minutes.
Oh, Nico. He's out
Wasn't
getting
on an
bitches.
I was doing some cleaning last night, and there was some smelly cleaning supplies and whatnot, And I was like, whew. So I pulled the window down and I walked. My window's open from the top and the bottom, and I intentionally opened them from the top so that Nico would not have access to it. But I went into the other room, and this cat jumped on my counter and then climbed on this like dish rack I have that overhangs my sink, that's the word, and jumped out the window. I went and I closed the window, and it was time to feed the cats, and I was like, hey, have your food. And Milo comes running. He is ready. He was like, yeah, give me that food. I love cheddar because he has cheddar food. And Nico was nowhere to be found. I had no idea that he had gotten out when he got out because he was stealthy about it. And then I was like, oh my God. So I went out and, we found, really quick I found him and brought him back inside. But little stinker.
He's such a cutie pie. Look at him.
It's because he's so
I
pretty.
love him so much.
So anyway, fun story. As far as this episode goes, I was pleased. I thought that was really fun. I appreciated
I hated it.
I appreciated a lot about it. Do you guys have anything for the audience before we go to cut?
My name is Autumn. This is Nico. See you on next week's episode. Is that right?
Close enough.
Oh, I won't see you actually. Who is next? Is it Chelsea?
No, next week is Kayla's
Kayla.
episode.
Oh.
We will be introducing Kayla, the cast member, with Evia, the character. So that'll be an interesting thing to look forward to. I think it'll be really fun. I'll see her tomorrow so that we can start doing some prep work.
Do you have anything?
Hope you guys liked our transitions better this week since we didn't have nearly as many technical difficulties. I'm going to switch back to our main screen so we can see what's happening on the chat. And Nat 20 stealth roll. Oh, I'm assuming that was for Autumn walking through and dancing. Happy to have you guys. It was a good time, and I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to share with your friends if you also had a good time.